Welcome to this series of the SMJ stick fighting program. On this tutorial, I'm going to cover the first series of strikes in the SMJ program. With that being said, let's get started. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to start with what we call the redondo, the rolling action. I call it the redondo within the SMJ program. So that's the language we're going to use. It's a rolling action. The redondo is a rolling action, and what it does, it rolls. And we're going to do what we call the inside roll, inside redondo, inside the hip, okay? You'll see it's inside the hip, okay? So what I've got here is we're doing inside, stop it, inside, stop it, inside, stop it, inside, stop it. Once you get that down and you get comfortable with the rolling action, then you can go ahead and start rolling it more. It can be used for attack, can be used for defense. Very versatile strike. The next strike that we're going to talk about is the outside redondo, which are going to be on the outside. Just so you can see what it looks like, you're going to be on the outside of the hip. This one was inside, now you're going to be outside. So outside the hip, inside the hip. They're different, and they're different for a reason. So the outside redondo goes outside. Outside, stop. Outside stop, outside stop, outside stop. Okay, make sure that you keep your fingers as much on that stick as possible. Very, very important. Okay, so you have inside, forward redondo, outside, forward redondo. When you mix them together, they kind of look like this. Here, 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 here. They start moving. So you put them together. So that's what you're doing there. Okay, now we have what we call the reverse redondo. We have the inside and the outside. The reverse redondo is done this way. It's coming underneath, This series of redondos is unique to SMJ and Kilos Paro. What it does, it allows you to come underneath. So that you kind of get an idea and a visual. This is what happens. I get your attention here and I come underneath to hit you bottom or any target that I choose. So if I have a bladed weapon, I can come underneath and cut from the bottom up. It's a very deceiving strike. The two ways to do it is inside reverse, coming up, and outside reverse. Outside, coming up, inside, coming up. Either way, you're coming up. Okay, so that's a very important strike. So we have the inside redondo, we have the outside redondo. Forward, we have the reverse. The reverse redondo, outside, and the reverse redondo inside. Try to work the wrist as much as possible. Try not to do this with the elbow. You want to keep the elbow tight. Keep the elbow tight as much as you can. That's the key. You don't want to be flopping. You don't want to you want to use a lot of the wrist. Okay, now you've put them in combination. So what you're going to do now is you're going to go, let's go with the outside. Outside redondo, reverse redondo. Outside, inside. Reverse, forward, reverse. Forward, reverse. Forward, reverse. Forward, reverse. And you do the same action here. You can do forward, and you can do reverse. Forward, and you can do reverse. So that's all you're doing. So these actions, when you go forward, you can reverse the action. And you need to have that ability to do that, to do forward and reverse, because the situation may dictate that. Okay, the next strike we're going to do is the horizontal, side to side. It's the number 7 and 8 on our angle system. Now it's side to side. So the way we practice it in SMJ is we do side to side. The weapon is on the outside, never like this. It's always like this. And when you apply it, I want you to think about dynamic. Bam, bam, bam. You want to hit it dynamically. That's how you're going to really apply it. So if somebody attacks, bam, you're going to hit it. You'll parry with this, hit it with this. Have that scissoring action. Really important. Okay? Very important. Okay. Thank you very much, and go ahead and make sure you practice, and the more you practice, the more fluid it'll become. Remember, in Filipino martial arts, SMJ, all of this, the flow is key. You gotta have it. The flow is key. You gotta have that flow. Thank you.